My God, you're... I had to mute the YouTube again. I mean, my God, your thumbnail is so terrible.
I know. No, that's why I say don't question it.
I mean, you definitely improved because that link I like does not look right.
I know.
It looks like you took a piece of paper. Actually, no, you took a boomerang you found on the street. It was purple. You taped it onto a dragon.
Yes, sure.
You just got the same handbags there.
Hello?
The cat awakens from its nap.
Okay, I'm gonna start up Mario Maker right now.
I am now imagining a pink cat sleeping in a little cat bed in the shape of a Wii U gamepad.
I seriously don't understand why Twitch has to stop working.
Yeah.
And by the way, because of last stream, I specifically have to put no level requests twice.
Wow. Also, that's Red Scar's name is Dave.
You don't... Giga, you don't remember when we pointed out in the Spark background credits?
Oh.
Good job,
I'm going to play my
Giga.
game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I have updated the game quite a lot since you played it. Because you played version 1, Zwart has played version 2, you're about to see the finalized version.
Okay.
It has evolved a lot since you last played it.
Sorry, I forget. So is this version and Knuckles?
No, it's not. Shut up.
Well, if you wanted to see it that way, yes.
Well,
just without Knuckles actually.
It's too bad that we don't have a Knuckles outfit in this game.
Yeah.
Wait, why is everything backwards?
Sending order? I have not touched this.
Order?
I have not touched this game in a year.
Is this on purpose?
Yes, I have finally put the stages in actual display order. So the stages are now in order like this. Oh, and as you can see, there is now Omega Bus Rush. This is
Omega.
Alright.
I wanted it to be crown, but there is no crown icon.
Omega. And now we need to play the song Max 300 by Omega. Let's actually buy now, Omega.
And I'm gonna start.
Yes, please do it. Because I need stars on my stages so they do not get deleted.
Oh boy.
Wait, how many stars do they all need? Just one at least?
Just one.
Okay.
Because I now have all of the medals and I do not need stars except for keeping my stages alive.
Okay. Oh, I found a secret area.
Just be aware that there is a lot of delay between your YouTube and for example, you just entered the secret area on the stream now.
Okay.
I'm going to assume it's the same 30-second delay.
It's probably shorter, I don't know.
Yeah. Besides, I have recommended YouTube to Artie before for streams. He's even played my played my little like four level demo of the Dreadnought tile set.
No, I do not want the amiibo mushroom.
Mushroom.
By the way, some of the stages have serious overhauls. For example, I have nerfed Break the Ice.
Thank you.
And I have made the stage Climb the Icy Mountain more fair, but also more complex.
Okay. But Giga, your favorite stage is still Break the Ice, right?
Shut up, Mom.
I have made the tower castle much bigger this time.
Alright.
It's now an actual tower instead of just a castle with the name tower in it.
I'm gonna see if I can find all the red coins.
By the way, I made the final red coin much easier to find in the very first level.
Alright.
It means getting red coins in sunshine.
Oh, and by the way, most stages now have red coins for you to find.
Okay. Alright, was I here already? Yes, I was.
Hello, Twitch. Twitch broke. Understandable. Have a great day. I'm sorry for quoting a meme, but I felt like that was fitting for what happened.
Yeah, because I wasn't making up an excuse. It was just, for some reason, I didn't even understand why Twitch didn't want to work.
Sorry if I was skeptical. I've sat through lying streamers for much of the day, and I was pretty pissed. You know, the kind who would say, "Oh, sure, I will play your game, just submit one stage in the queue and go on," and then they just speedrun the thing and they turns out they lied to you.
Yeah, because the thing is, they expect one level. That's the problem.
And they don't listen when you tell them that there's more levels. And they say, yeah, I'll play, yeah, I'll play, yeah, I'll play. And no, they don't play.
I'm having a hard time finding this third red coin. Unless it's where I'm least expecting it.
Where is that damn third coin?
Yeah, time's running out. Might as well go off my gut feeling. Nope. Have I ever considered recreating multiple stages in Mario Maker? Some of them might translate well, others wouldn't. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's like at the Freedom Planet stage that was turned into Mario 1 by Strife. I still find it amusing that people say that the stage is hard in the real game, but with a character who has much simpler abilities, namely Mario, and face nerfed enemies, and face harder enemies because they get collision detection and whatnot. Somehow, this is easy as hell.
That's because it's more like because the lack of slopes and you're playing a more like a less speed-oriented game, it's not going to translate as well as you would think. I mean, it may
actually translates pretty well, but the big thing is that ironically it gives the stage a better pacing. Because it discouraged the player from just rushing ahead into hazards.
Oh, I know how to get this red coin.
So, if you want to make like a first level for say insert speed oriented platform, here you gotta make the stage flow like butter.
It's more than that. Just look at the good Sonic games, the actually good ones. You will notice that each time that there is a difficult platforming section coming up, the game will actually put in an obstacle that will deliberately stop you in your tracks, as to force you to slow down. I mean, look at the Chemical Zone in Sonic 2. You will notice that every time a major obstacle is coming up, you will have a wall that will stop you cold. Or you will have a slope that will shoot you straight up so that you will have no horizontal momentum.
I need to get hit on. I need to take a hit.
There are no forced hits for the mandatory paths, but some red queens demand that you have either a power-up or a lack of power-up.
What I was going to say was, my idea would be try to say look at good Sonic fan games, but I'm not sure if I could think of just well, the ones with a low design mentality that tells you of like a object or hazard. Like,
oh no, I'm Cat Peach.
What is going on here?
I'm playing
He's
Mario
currently playing
Maker.
New Mario. Did you see the link?
Oh no, I didn't. But
it's
got
the
all-
hero of time.
Do you want to be linked so you can see the game Mario game?
I just grabbed the link in the chat.
Yeah, I just want to be Zelda.
How's Bingo's development so far? Well, I'm already like halfway done with the second stage for the new demo that I'm going to be releasing for stage. Another thing I want to bring up is I'm not sure if I will have 2 playable characters yet, because one thing I'm going to be doing soon is get all of Bingo's sprites updated since I updated his design again.
Yeah, he has now a slightly less cartoony style.
Yeah.
Mario Maker has a coin finding thing.
Yeah, you can find red coins.
Ooh, that sounds like a nice mechanic.
Basically, I use them for the equivalence of star coins in my game. It's basically to see if it's 100% completion.
Which does bring me to I was gonna say, I do wonder. I wonder if someone can make like a Mario Maker level that can have 8 different kinds of missions.
Technically, yes. You can put an almost unlimited number of keys in your stages, but you can only have 4 doors per player level.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the lives are meaningless with the way I'm playing the levels.
Yeah, you have to download in order to play with limited lives. But it's okay.
You know, it makes me glad that that NeoLemmix isn't as limited as Mario Maker can be, because it's just like in way older versions of NeoLemmix, you could not have more than 1,000 pieces of terrain. Now your maximum is 65,535 pieces of terrain.
To be fair, one of the big disappointments with the Mario Maker isn't that how limited it is. It has a lot of things to be mixed, and you can replicate a lot of things by mixing, but it doesn't have a lot of building elements.
Slopes. Come on, we want our Mario Maker Switch already.
By the way, Mew, have you heard of the fan-made Mega Maker?
Yes, I am very happy about that.
I need to give Mega Maker a shot.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna try it until NCFC this year, assuming it's actually gonna go there.
I admit that what I really look forward to regarding it is regarding the engine itself. Because as you know, I know programming a bit. Well, Mario Game Maker and whatnot. And if the engine is simple, understandable enough, I might actually do more than simply using Mega Maker. I might actually cut in my own bosses and whatnot.
Well, I can't remember if Mega Maker was made with Game Maker or not. Like I know Mag Mammal was.
Who's the guy who made Mega Maker?
I can't recall. I was gonna say, I know Mag Mammal 2 is made with Game Maker, and supposedly there's better coding there.
Because I could probably guess what Mega Maker was made with just by looking who made it, but it's like if we don't know, then I don't know if I can make a guess.
To be honest, Mom, if I were to, like, what I'd probably do is try to at least design some Lance Adventure stages with Mega Maker.
Yeah, but you know, I have to make them differently. Just the way how I design the levels. Because remember, the way I would have to design Lance and Adventure levels is like kind of a mix of Mega Man and Kirby.
Yeah, I still want a fair challenge of Mega Man level design in there. Like, that's kind of something I it's not something I like about Mega Man. Well, for the most part, it is presenting a challenge. But I like it more with like stuff like Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 than I do with the original 3.
Funny because the Mega Man 2 is actually one of the easiest games in the series.
In my opinion, Mega Man 2, I think is my least favorite in the series because of one thing that utterly annoys me. Claustrophobic level design.
Yeah, Mega Man 2 is very overrated. It's a good starting point for if you are new to Mega Man, but frankly, you will be the Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, and especially Mega Man 7 and Bass are the peak of the classic series.
And Mega Man and Bass is the hardest in the series.
Yes, Mega Man and Bass is seriously brutal. I mean, apart from the Zero series, it doesn't get much harder than this. It will absolutely destroy you. But it's worth it if you can handle the extreme difficulty.
I just wish they were. I just wish.
On my lap.
I just wish there was some way of bringing Mega Man and Bass to Legacy Collection 2 because the only releases of Mega Man and Bass were Super Famicom.
What about the GBA port with Screen Crunch?
The GBA has a screen crunch, which is a big problem with some of the later boss fights. It makes the final 2 fortresses extremely painful because it means that you have to make blind jumps all the time, and on the final boss can snipe you from off screen.
Which means like the development team behind Legacy Collection 2 would have to localize the Super Famicom version themselves. You wanna know one thing I like about in Mega Man Legacy Collection?
What?
Being able to change the language. Like,
yes.
not just the overlay, but the games themselves. Because I like the way the Japanese logos look, I change it to Japanese because those numbers look sexy and I like calling Mega Man Rock.
How do I get that red coin?
As I say, not the red coins are optional and some of them are very hard to get.
I was thinking that you were supposed to jump on the tune button to get it.
Actually, I think that's the intended solution, yes.
So I messed it up.
Good job, Plum.
I remember at Anime Bonsai, I almost beat Mega Man 4 in one sitting.
Shit.
Anyway, no, you will not. By the way, most of the cheese in the game has been removed.
I'm trying to cheese because I'm rusty.
Good job. Good job.
Did he just?
Yes, he killed himself.
Good job.
Speaking of shells, I don't know if I've told you this story before, but I remember one time I was playing Mario Kart Double Dash with my brother a long time ago. I get a blue shell, but then I get in the first. I was like, I wonder what happens if I throw this in first. I end up hitting myself.
Good job.
By the way, you asked about the Switch and the Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
I finally got the Switch and Mario Kart 8 for the
So
Switch.
why can we race each other?
Yes. You will marvel at how much I suck.
On 150cc or 200cc?
I don't care. The one that is funniest because I am rusty as all hell.
Okay, then...
I will tell you this. I was once a veteran of the F-Zero series and could beat the abomination that are their single-player modes. But I am not good anymore. I am rusty by a measure of years.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna hate me if you race me on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Giga hates it when I always beat him.
Well, I am not a sore loser. Anyway, as you can see, the first boss is really basic. They do not stay that way.
Yeah.
By the way, I do apologize for not getting to your question sooner, but my thoughts on Mania and Forces. I'm looking forward to Mania. Forces, I want to hear more about.
Yeah, same here. Mania looks absolutely awesome, but I am skeptical for Forces.
Like, I'm still gonna get Forces. Like, I'm still gonna get Forces for the Switch. I still hate that it caps at 30 frames. Because it's not gonna flow like butter, but,
If you play Generations on consoles, it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, if I can
So,
finish.
did you like the improved World 1?
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that even the stages that are largely unchanged are being made much prettier. You'll notice that there was a lot more detail in the levels.
You were saying?
Alright. So the one thing that sells Forces for me is kind of something I feel both ways about. It's the custom character creator. And that being like, I like the idea, I just felt like Forces wasn't the game for it. But I'm still gonna have fun with it nonetheless.
Okay, question about the extra levels.
The extra levels are extremely difficult. You should at least try them to start them, but I do not expect you to beat them.
Let me guess, they were the World Star levels?
Yes,
Exactly.
they were the World Star levels, but it looks like they were rebranded to extra levels.
Yes.
Another thing I've been doing with my Mila's level pack is not only like getting things fixed for demo 1.2 or demo 2.0.
By the way, the first extra level has been significantly changed since you last played. And as you can see, they are indeed extremely difficult. This is based off the hardest levels of Super Mario Bros. 1 in terms of design.
I was gonna say, Lost Levels?
I don't trust this hammer bro right now.
I do like that about Mario. Well, okay. Okay, first things first before I go back to, Odyssey. I was gonna go, either my next demo for my level pack is either gonna be version 1.2 or 2.0, depending on how things are handled in the level department, because I have to move some levels up and down some difficulties, and make like a couple of new levels, because a couple of levels were too hard for the newborn rank.
But yeah, you will do you remember how to pass Hammer Bros without the Fire Flower?
Yeah.
Because you will have to pass several ground-based Hammer Bro.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make sure I get below the arc of their hammers. If they're not standing on a block.
Hold up. What Callum Sparrow was saying, yeah, I can agree with him there. Not you. Sorry.
You know, I wonder why so few Japanese developers think of using the Western RPG method of character creation. In the way that the character you create is an actual set character, but you simply decide how he or she looks. For example, Commander Shepard from Mass Effect is always the same character, but you decide how he or she looks.
Okay, that was me being stupid.
Wow.
No, you'll see.
Wow, you just sat there while the bullet bill went for you.
That's not the death I'm talking about.
Good job, Plum.
Wow, that's pathetic. You just lost your hand card. What I was gonna say is, look, quick, hold him off. Go for his ass. Go for his ass.
This level design seems very good, Mew.
Thank you. A lot of people have told me that my levels are pretty much Nintendo quality, which is something that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, this looks like an official level, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I still need to figure out when you can do the level design for Bingo. But you know what's gonna was thinking instead?
What?
What about designing the extra stages based on the gimmicks that I introduced in the levels that precede the extra stages?
That will be interesting. This is what I have done for the extra stage in this game.
By the way, you wanna know one thing I thought of about how I handle my demos level pack demos for the events?
By the way, do you want a hint on how to pass grounded armor rope?
Not exactly yet, because I haven't got to the part where I haven't got to the farthest point I reached yet.
Okay, if you want a hint on how to pass them in general, just ask.
What exactly is a multivote? Would someone like to explain that for me while I play?
Simple. Who's gonna
I
explain
wanted
it?
to explain, but
Who knows what multivotes are more based on information I gave?
All I can say is that
Do you want a serious answer or do you want a joke answer?
This is
I'm going to say
give the serious answer.
what is a multiple? We can't answer.
okay.
What the fuck is a multiple?
I'm going to give a
Let you
serious.
answer it.
Okay, now the answer is very simple. They are the sapient denizen of their people, of their planet. Basically, they are the human equivalent of that specific planet. Compared to humans, they are more magically oriented. They have each a type, which is where their name comes from. They are a soul-bearing, multiple elemental species that have created their own civilization on an alien planet. Bingo is a water elemental, speed type member of his species. There are several types and several elements among the multiverse.
Good use of the word multiple because it could be used like the mult part of multiva can mean multiple elemental.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ignoring that hammer, bro.
Oh no, bro! He's my fault.
By the way, do you want to know how to pass Hammer Brothers that are grounded?
What is it?
Okay, there are two main solutions. The first one is simply to jump over their armor arc at full speed. You simply jump over them. Your jump is higher than their armor throwing arc. The second is to wait until they throw a volley of 3 armors, or jump, and then stomp on their heads. It will not surprise you with the hammer out of nowhere if you hit them after a volley or after they jump.
Oh, so there's actually a pattern to it. It's
Yes.
not just okay.
Armor Bros, they do choose their attacks randomly, but they have specific timings to each attack, so it is possible to consistently kill them.
Oh, now I'm getting it.
So it's very precise.
Yes.
Yeah, see, now I was able to take care of those hammer bros that were giving me a hard time.
So now I have a strategy for Castle 8-4.
Yes, this is exactly how you are meant to defeat the Armor Brothers squad in World 8 of Super Mario Bros. 1.
Yeah.
There's a... oh no!
I still haven't beat the original Super Mario Bros. But I suppose
if the surface area is based off the hardest levels of Super Mario Bros. 1, the underground area is based off the hardest areas of Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels and Super Mario Land 1 on the Game Boy.
Also, good job on that platform. Wow!
Quality platforming.
Wow! What?
That was a
What the fuck was that?
skillful.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, Princess. I did not have my coffee this morning.
And seriously, I'm really glad that Toti are very hard that you like the extra stages enough to play them this long. That death had to be glorious.
Oh shit. Oh jeez, you almost got conked in the head. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh.
You had the opportunity to stomp that armor bow, and instead you jumped into the bullet lane.
He panicked
Oh my
because, let's be real here, I would panic in a situation like that.
To be fair, that particular section is based off the single most deadly obstacle of all of Super Mario World.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
I have never beat in a classic Mario game.
I have never been in a classic Mario game either.
Closest I have beaten was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS.
Yeah,
I
that one is very good. The difficulty doesn't climb until the last few world, so World 8 is pretty much a giant difficulty spike if you're playing blind.
Yeah, but as for all the levels, like, the difficulty-wise can't be a bit of a poster in my opinion. But it's a fairly comfortable adventure. Also, are you familiar with newer Super Mario Bros?
Yes, I wish I could play that, but I don't. I really cannot get it to play. I think I will have to resort to an emulator.
Okay, excuse me, did you not read the title or the description?
Okay,
Thank you.
seems we have an idiot in the chat. Hello there.
Hello
Ow.
I specifically said no level requests because I'm playing a friend's pseudo game.
Yeah.
It's okay, you can hang out and watch this game if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a gift to an official Mario game according to many people, which is something I am really happy for.
Why did my jump button not work?
Because you're not
Because you were cursed with the same affliction I had. A bad jump buttonitis.
God! Wow, you just fell off like a lemming.
Yeah, my jump button failed, like I said.
Anyway, this is one thing I wish you should tell me how to get Neolemmings to work sometimes, because I really like lemmings and I'd like more traps in which to keep them.
Well, Neolemmings is pretty easy to set up. The editor. The editor is like basically just like all set up, and
you mistimed that jump. Sorry.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, the engine, the EXE to play the game, no shit, Sherlock, is just like you open the program, either select a single level file or a level pack, and that's pretty much all you have to do to test your levels. Now, as for testing your levels from the editor itself, one thing you have to do is when you open neolemmings.exe, uncheck the little "give me this" warning every time I open this file, so it won't give you an error when you try to test the level.
Okay. Thank you.
Also, one more thing. There's gonna be a new there's a new format in the works, so it's still in the experimental stages right now. So I'll give you more news on that as well.
Okay. As you can see, as you saw, Lum, as I said, when they just count 3 armors, this is their moment of weakness, because you notice that even though you jump when he had the armor out, because you stomped him after he had found his 3 armors, it didn't hurt you. That was an unfortunate combat hit.
Yeah, because that mushroom fell in the worst place possible.
If I have to record for melting, if I have to record lemmings from melting pot, well, I would try to get. One thing I want to try to get to do is if Commodore Amiga emulators exist, I would record it on. I would record the Amiga version, and then I'll like record like some version exclusive levels on other versions of the games. Like, for example, I'll cut to the Super Nintendo version for the 10 levels the Super Nintendo and Genesis got. Then I'll cut to the Genesis version for all the levels the Genesis got.
By the way, my favorite version of Lemmings is probably the SNES one.
One thing I do like about the SNES version is the cutscenes you get in the game.
It also got the Sunsoft levels, as well as most of the extras from the older versions.
Yeah. The Genesis version has 2 extra ratings with 30 levels each. I will say...
You are now at the final obstacle.
And I messed it up because I was trying to get the bullet bills to be fired. I try to get the.
Good job.
Oh, this is a silly way to fill it. But yeah, this is as you noticed, the last section, which is made of brick, is based off the third castle of the Super Mario Land. It's very difficult.
It's basically just like you have to think about your jump correctly.
Yes.
About the 2 full ranks you get in the Genesis version of Lemmings, their difficulty can be summed up as a weird roller coaster. The level can be pretty hard to figure out, or it can be really simple. And there's like one laughable level in the present ranking, which just has one blocker, and the exit's right next to you.
Yeah, I heard that the difficulty progression is not exactly as clear-cut as in the official rating systems, or as in the Sunsoft version, where the final Sunsoft set of levels is pretty much some of the hardest official Lemmings ever made.
I am 80.
Yes! I mean...
That level. I hate that level.
Yeah, the Sunsoft levels are insane. They are batshit insane.
Neo, I did it.
They're like...
Congratulations! You have beaten an extra level! Oh, there's a
I don't know how many times I died.
You probably died at least 10 times.
Well,
look at how long it took me to beat it! And look what the world record is!
I'm going to see it.
We're going.
Oh my!
You got the world record, Plum.
It's a new record. It's not a first gear, it's a new record.
Wow! It's a new record!
New record!
Okay, now we can go to World 2.
Yes.
Let's just say
that after beating an extra stage, the actual level World 2 will be much easier.
Unless
you wanna know what that level felt like to me? It felt like a later Crash Bandicoot 1 level.
Why are you getting negatives like this? You have 2 minus, 1 positive.
What do you mean?
You know that YouTube can have losses, likes and dislikes?
Yeah.
You have 2 dislikes, 1 like.
Well, for the stream?
Yes.
Yes, 2 likes and 2 dislikes now. I think
apparently people can't read.
Is it because of me saying that I'm not taking level requests?
I think that's it.
That's petty.
I'm going to counter with a like.
Same.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Because
I've already
I
liked
explicitly
this.
stated I'm not accepting level requests because I'm playing a friend's pseudo game. How hard is that to read?
Yeah.
Well, Plum, you have to take into consideration that most people who use YouTube over like dumb 12-year-olds.
That's why I put no level requests in all caps, so
And
that way they
they're
notice
like,
it.
why is this guy playing this? Why is this better
I was
than the
about
shitty
to-
Keizo?
I was about to say, reminds me of a couple of videos I found on this one YouTube channel that covers like creepy, good, and crappy Doom mods. It's a couple of videos that says children commenting on my videos.
That was stupid.
I was gonna be like, which reminds me of the Wikipedia article, deleted Wikipedia article.
By the way, I can't wait to see your reactions to the new bosses past World War. I don't know if you saw the bosses in Zwat's version, Gigalem, but the new bosses are hilarious.
Also, Plum got Luigi mode.
Yes. Squeaky Mario is called.
Is this what Mario would have looked like if he was in Sonic 06?
No, yes, actually it is this. Do you know how this was, how they came up with this?
It was, wasn't the glitch?
Yes, it was a glitch because the original Mario sprites for Super Mario Maker was actually a 3D model that looks like a sprite. And due to a bug in programming, the proportions were not programmed correctly, so they ended up with a Mario that looked, well, like this. The development team found this so funny that they needed an official skin.
Yeah. Which gives you, like, floatier jumps.
Am I missing the red point somewhere?
God damn it. I reminded of... Okay. I remember... Okay, a while ago, Runaway Guys were helping New Super Luigi U. And I remember Proton John just had an idea on this one World Star level and decided to rant his feelings about this level, cheesing it because he got so sick of it.
Oh wow!
By the way, while I do like the idea of new Luigi U, I admit that the one thing that I do not like is that he did not modify the bosses.
So bosses were just left easy?
Yes, and that's very jarring to, beat the new extremely hard Bowser Castle, only to be faced with the very disappointing Bowser of the base game. But then, officially, the final boss of new Mario Bros. U is not even Bowser.
I barely got that red coin. That was way too close for comfort.
This one is supposed to be very difficult to get, so...
I have a confession to make about New Super Luigi U. Is it weird that I wanted to write a creepypasta on why Mario is missing in that game?
Yes, it's weird.
But yeah, what I was saying is that the actual official final boss of New Mario Bros. U and by extension New Luigi U is actually the final Bowser Jr. fight. You know the one where you decide to rip off Sonic 3 final boss?
Yeah.
The one that is actually very hard.
The new Super Mario Bros. U rips off Sonic 3's Big Arm's final boss.
Yes, the actual. It sounds actually a lot more awesome than it sounds, but yeah, the final boss is a Mario version of Big Arm.
Yeah, except way smaller. You have to throw bombs into it.
Yeah, it's actually harder than Big Arm. Which is funny when you think about it.
Oh no!
What's up?
I couldn't make this jump, and I got all the red coins again.
Wow!
Yeah, if you die with the key, you lose all of the red coins.
I'm gonna start over because I don't want the I don't want my actual playtime to be extended just because I crossed the checkpoint the first time.
You can do that. I don't mind. By the way, once you die onto a stage, you can start it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to just rush to the end and start, you can do that.
Yeah, whoa!
But I still want to get the red coins, which is gonna be scary. Okay, never mind. The cans pick themselves.
I forgot about that swimming animation. That's so silly.
Well, as I say, this skin was included as a joke.
I know.
Oh yeah, look at this in another way.
Oh, you're dead.
I got Goomba stumped, kind of.
Yeah, I used the cannons as crushers. The reason why I didn't include the actual built-in crushers is because I introduced hazards as they are chronologically added. You will notice that there are no new Mario Bros. Elements in the World 1 and 2.
Why did I get a thought for like if I were to make a pseudo game, just like have like another castle stage, except it's more like an escape sequence.
Oh, you can easily do that with another scroll and making it crumble as you go through. A lot of people have done that.
Cool.
Speaking of escape sequences, one thing I do like about Rockman 4 Minus Infinity from Mother Stop is that escape sequence.
To be fair, this is because this is their equivalent of the final boss.
Yeah, it's just like, it's more satisfying than just Wily gets up, Wily escapes by a rotating door, and Mayman just doesn't stop it. I'm assuming you got called away.
No, I am still here.
Oh, never mind. I'm guessing it was, okay, so it was, Sparks, instead.
You lost your opportunity for the last red coin at the last second.
Yeah, I'm starting over because that was dumb.
Why start over? Dude, you had it.
Because if I die and continue from the checkpoint, the timer is still gonna count up. I want to start from 0. I don't want to start from wherever, whatever my progress was. Oh, shoot, I didn't want to do that. There's a good reason why I'm small Mario here.
Because you have more mobility?
No, because it'll be easier for me to fit in there without worrying about getting crushed. And I die anyway.
Now with the thought of Big Arms in my head, I just want someone to just edit in the Big Arms boss theme for New Super Luigi U.
To be fair, that will be better than just using the normal boss theme. This is the big thing that really bothered me about New Mario Bros. U. It's an excellent game. It's very good. The graphics are great, but the music sucks.
Well,
and one of the points where the music sucks is that not only do they reuse a lot of themes from the previous games, but they don't actually use the actual final boss theme on the final boss.
For what game?
New Mario Bros. U and New Luigi U.
Oh.
Yeah, I will admit, some boss themes are just really repetitive.
It's very, and the big thing is that it's very funny that the epilogue boss, who is a pushover as a unique team, but the actual final boss used the generic boss team. I mean, if you want, after Blam has finished playing this, I can link you to a video of the actual final boss of. No, in fact, I think I will just give you a picture. It will be simpler that way.
There's some being able multiple ways stuff I wanted to talk about a stream, but I don't want to since there are people who are actually watching.
Yeah. It's more like you don't want to spoil shit.
I don't want to spoil stuff. Unless, maybe like boss ideas for like main game stuff, maybe, but beyond that, I don't want to spoil anything.
I did have an idea for like sometimes I think of just stuff for other genres of games that could work. Like an item that, like a rare item equipped, I would call the Anger Tide, where it's just if an enemy with a high chance of running away, like a rare enemy that gives a lot of experience, the Anger Tide would make the character intercept that enemy from running away, making them trip and preventing them from running from battle.
Okay, I have found it. I'm going to link it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to whisper it to you I'm going to whisper it to you.
I got all the red points.
Okay. First off of the picture are the actual final bosses, and on the bottom are the epilogue bosses. I think you can clearly see who is the actual invented final boss just from the look of the arena. You will notice that the final bosses are fought in the middle of a giant hurricane. I mean, how much cooler can you get than that? While the final bosses is just generic Bowser Castle. The epilogue boss. And that's the funny thing, if you do all of the 100% stuff as you play along, once you beat the final boss, the game tells you, congratulations for 100%ing the game, when you still have to beat Bowser. The game basically acknowledged that Bowser is not even technically the real final boss, and is just in the game as a formality.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to play just stage 3 of World 2?
Yeah.
Oceanic Pass.
If you're curious about the final bosses of the new Mario Bros. Game as a whole,
I will say, like when they're interesting, they're pretty interesting, and they can be pretty fun. But I can get why people can get annoyed of playing it too safe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good way of playing it safe, and then there's a bad way of playing it safe.
Yeah. You already know, with being a multi-foot, I want to play it safe with how much I establish in the universe, because I don't want to overwhelm the player with so many things at once when I could just set up stuff for the future instead.
So rather you want to slowly unravel something that could be something greater.
Yeah.
That's okay, that's what Mega Man did, and this is a great series in terms of story. In fact, every time someone says, "Oh, it's an action game, why should the plot be good?" My one pointer to that argument is always Mega Man. I mean, if you do a bad story in a Mega Man game, you will be sure that the fans will always win that. I mean, when Warp Force had its questionable logic with its plot, people tore into the game about that instantly. This is a series that set up high standards. I mean, in most series, people wouldn't make a big deal of, the bad voice acting of Zero in X4, but because the series has such high standards, people actually care to mock that.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the series as a whole and you look at all the events that happen over time, it's huge. I mean, good God.
Yes, it's one of the most epic sagas of all video gaming. I mean, there are RPGs that have less beefy storylines than this.
And on top of that, when you take account of things Wily did that link to later stuff, which those things end up linking to other stuff as well, and so on and so forth, Wily is fucking scary.
Yes, he's fucking terrifying. That's the funny thing, because he begins as kind of funny, but you actually see him become darker and darker as the series progresses. Even in the classic series. I mean, contrast with him just going randomly, going nuts and doing a very vanilla rampage in the first game with the sort of blackmail and kidnapping that he does in the older games. I mean, he's not even doing the bad stuff yet, and already he is a darker villain.
Yeah. Darn. I always keep being reminded of a potential Mega Man fan game that got cancelled because of not only of the creator's health, but of the guy losing a lot of code because of shit that happened to his computer.
It's always bad when that happens.
Yeah, because it's just I remember seeing his DVR when it was still up to get a lot of promising stuff planned for that game, lots of cutscenes. The game had a good way of a dark story. You can tell that stakes are high and that Wily's pulling out all the stops to destroy Mega Man and humanity once and for all.
Oh, by the way, have you noticed, Plum? I have changed the naming scheme for the boss levels so that the name of the boss is actually included in the stage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he is actually a lot more successful once he let go of his humanity. Yet, you can still see the progression. I mean, contrast the way Willy is more and more dangerous the more the series progresses. I mean, in Mega Man 10, he practically win, and if it wasn't from his Maverick Virus prototype malfunctioning, there was pretty much nothing Mega Man could do.
Yeah, the evil energy is what led to Robo-Enza, which would eventually lead to the
Maverick Virus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. 1 second. Anyway, like I was saying, the Zero resting. Okay. You also create Zero, which at the time of creating Zero, he had inserted the little Maverick virus into him. If I remember correctly, upon Sigma finding Zero within a century, the virus spread to Sigma and off of Zero.
Yeah. And that's very interesting, and one thing that I find very interesting in particular about the Wily is the way that his motivation will change through the series. I mean, you start out with just wanting revenge on humanity, but as the series progresses, you will notice that he becomes increasingly vicious and what did I even link to his final battle, pre-final battle speech at the end of Mega Man 02? Because this is one of the most three final battle speeches in the video game. I mean, he's completely insane at that point, and I mean, it's wow.
Like,
What do you think of the improved World 2 boss?
that's pretty interesting. Like, and if I remember correctly, Zero was put to sleep for another century or two when he was awakened in a much different form. Form where
from the sounds I'm hearing, I will probably see fails soon against the boss.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw fails.
There we go.
Yeah. Like upon awakening, an imposter X is trying to build this new world that my memory's hazy on Mega Man Zero.
It's okay.
But just upon that, the real X, which is nothing but like an energy form, also hilarity ensues. Gives Zero his saber back after like a century of slumber. I don't know what exactly happens in Mega Man X.
Are you going to do the second extra level?
I'm thinking about it.
I have not watched a playthrough of 4 yet. I've usually watched like Clement's playthrough since I don't exactly have the games myself. I was so close at one point. Wanna know how close I was? I remember seeing the Mega Man Zero collection at a GameStop before.
Oh, you should have gotten it.
About that, I did not have any money at the time.
Oh,
Castle of Confusion.
Oh, I remember this level.
Then don't spoil it, please.
Okay.
But
it's now even more confusing.
Oh boy. Anyways, then continuing off of the Zero timeline, they would eventually become biometals.
The big thing is that the ZX series is a series that was initially not very popular because it seems very anime and cliche, but the truth is that ironically it's the darkest in the franchise. Because this is about a bunch of very deluded people who have no idea what they're doing.
And in Advent, there are 3 sages named Thomas, Mikhail, and Albert. I bet you can guess which one is the evil one.
Do you want me to say it?
To be honest, it's pretty obvious when I was watching Clement's playthrough because it's just, gee, let me guess who's the evil one. Is it the one named Albert?
You will be surprised. It's actually both Thomas and Albert.
Yeah. The post-credit scene of Advent where you see the other Mega Man appear alongside Albert, who then ends off with this note. This world needs to be reset. Too bad there wasn't a third the ZX game to elaborate on this.
Intercreate wants to create it, but they say that Capcom is not interested.
Unfortunately.
I have gained a lot of respect for Intercreate, by the way, because while I do not exactly like Azurban and Bomber Striker, this is because of the game style. I actually respect. They actually are a very talented team, and it really shows in both their writing and their gameplay.
Sorry if you're family.
Anyway, what do you think of the Castle of Confusion?
I'm confused.
That's the intention.
Don't hit yourself in confusion.
Yeah, that's true. Is Callum Sparrow in the voice chat? Or
I don't know who he is.
Okay. Hello person. And yes, you're right. Initially, Mega Man was going to be an astralism, astrobolism, which also explains why there is so much care in the franchise storyline.
Yeah.
It's sarcastic.
I get it. Why did you have to say the orgasmic
Are
thing?
you kidding me? I always say
What did he say?
Instead of saying organic, orgasmic.
What? But why?
But I guess that's why.
Hang on.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Alright, what were you saying, Mew?
I have no idea because there is so much in terms of people's noise that I heard nearly nothing. That was distracting as all hell. Let me guess.
Why?
Oh, Flash should be here so we can watch you suffer, because it's his birthday.
Yes.
He can't. The room is full.
We could join the general chat?
We're already recording though.
We can always transfer. It's just a click.
Yes.
I can't. For me, it's a click. It's changing the input input on my TV and then clicking again and then changing back the input.
You cannot. Do you want me to increase the user limit? It seems I can. No, I cannot.
Wait, couldn't you just move Plum and his desktop account on?
But
We could, but I'd rather the commentary be more controlled.
anyway, it's just like, hey, damn, I forgot what I was elaborating on because of my damn family. Sometimes I wish.
I'm trying to get out of that. I did it. Okay, but yeah, there is a limit. You can increase the limit of users in the channel. By the way.
But I'd rather leave it as is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love taking out bats, don't you?
Yeah, but with the whole Capcom originally wanting to make a licensed Astro Boy game, I guess that's why there are licensed Disney games from Capcom. DuckTales is one of them.
Yes. But yeah, to say the truth, this is part of why Mega Man got such. You know what? I realized that we've been talking about Mega Man basically the whole time while Plum is playing my game.
Yeah, but it's kind
This is
of
a Mario
relevant.
game,
But there's Mega Maker, so it's kind of relevant.
but not to my game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good job.
But all Mega Man things aside, I am happy about Legacy Collection. I'm happy about Legacy Collection 2, saddened that's not coming to a Nintendo console. Because,
To the Switch?
like, I want it to come to the Switch or 3DS. Either
Why
or
are
is
they
fine.
neglecting the Switch?
That beats me because that means I'd have to buy Legacy Collection 2 on. I have to buy it on Steam because my brothers own the PS4 and Xbox None, as I call it.
And you own the Switch, right?
The Xbox 9.
Yeah. I technically own the Switch, and I know one of my brothers wants to buy their own Switch.
Yeah, but Giga, remember, I highly doubt the Pokemon game that's gonna be on the Switch is gonna have 2 versions. Cause why would they release 2 versions when they know most households are gonna own 1 Switch console?
Because money. unfortunately.
But let's not delve into that can of worms while Muse here.
Or what about the fire bar?
Fire bar? What about the fire?
He's in love with the fire bar, and he keeps touching it.
The thing is, when I want to talk about bosses, there's a boss idea I want to talk about specifically for a little bit after the halfway point for Bingo, but the problem is, it involves a spoily group of multiverse.
7 and 8, maybe 10, yes, but Mega Man 9 can go screw itself.
I'd rather, from what I've seen of 9, I'd rather play that than 2. Ugh.
My big problem is that Mega Man 9 and 10 are such devolutions of the series that I cannot stand them, because they remove the slide and the charge shot that is unacceptable. Yes, do 8 bits if you want, but don't pretend that 8 to 16 games of the finest gameplay in all of video gaming didn't happen. I don't care if Mega Man 2 was the most popular game. I don't care. All that I care is that the series has evolved since then. Oh boy, it's boss.
And you got conked on the head by a Goomba. The Goomba was like, yeah, how'd you like that?
So, did I find the right path if the axe is there?
Yes. But this is not the correct way to fight the boss.
Ugh, damn you, Goomba!
I still need to sit down and play X properly, because my only main problem was while trying to play X was getting used to the controls.
Goombas denied you the most awesome way possible. Did you see that, guys?
Yeah, Mario, how'd you like it? You've been stomping on us. It's time for me to stomp on you.
Am I still here?
Yes, you're still here.
Because YouTube, the big problem of YouTube compared to Twitch is that on my hand it constantly crashes.
Oh.
I have to reload the page a lot of times, and this causes me to lose. Anyway, this is not the correct way to fight this boss.
I'm thinking right now, because at least this is a safe corner for now.
I'll just say this, position is key. I mean, look at the cannon below and notice the pattern. Have you noticed it?
I already know how the pattern works.
Hey, maybe I can jump on this fire!
I'm trying to think right now.
I could use a spin jump right now.
Come on.
Yes, Mega Man 9 and 10 were a huge downgrade. They were also ugly as hell. Yes, this boss is very hard. Position is key. You're not at the right position. I wonder why so many people just hug the cannon despite the fact that this is the perfectly wrong position.
But it's still the safe spot so that you can get your bearings.
No, you're not going to beat that boss. Have you died enough times yet to get that hugging the cannon will not help you?
And neither would resetting.
I'm not even trying to reset. I got this far.
What do you think?
Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is a very misguided attempt at understanding the glory of the past games.
Like, Like,
look, I really do not like Sonic Rush. I really do not like it. But Sonic 4 swung in the wrong direction, and the physics were very shoddy.
like at least episode 2 was an improvement, but the biggest thing that bothers me about Sonic 4 is how because episode 3 was cancelled is an incomplete Sonic game.
Yes. Also, the fact that they release each third of the game as a standalone is very fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think they should be released like bundled together. God.
I mean, a normal Sonic game is about 6 to 7 zones, but just releasing a game made of 3 zones, this is a ripoff.
Yeah. Supposedly with Sonic Mania, we're looking at over like 20 zones.
Wow, this will be a long game.
Yeah. Because like in the interview,
turn out to be 20 zones, and it's actually 10 zones with 2 acts each.
I don't think they're going to pull off a Freedom Planet 2.
So you know what I mean? 10 zones with 2 acts. That's still 20 stages.
Even then, the stage is going to be shorter than the first game. Shows that there's more stages than the first game. Yeah. It's not shorter than the first. It doesn't look like it's going to be shorter.
This boss is hard. It's an extra stage boss.
Why am I doing extra stages in this order?
There are some points where I prefer short but sweet and overly long because
Spark the Electric Jester is an example of that.
Yeah, Spark overstays its welcome for the lack of for the lack of story it has. And what's worse is that the art book revealed that it had a better story than it got.
The big thing is that if you're going to make a very, very, very long game, you better have a lot of variety in mind. I mean, Mario, you have to just need to keep in mind that Mario games are a prime example of this. I mean, look at the average Mario game. Mario games are fucking long. I mean, they're gargantuan in size. People do not think they overstay their welcome.
I beat the boss.
They're not Xenoblade long, but they're long.
Well, for in terms of platformers, they are Xenoblade long. They're pretty much the longest 2D platformers that are Metroidvanias.
A clever trick.
But yeah.
That one I've edited. It is a lot less cheap.
But upon Mario games, it's just like I have so many issues with Spark the Electric Jester. My biggest issue is that the bosses of Spark the Electric Jester are a huge fail in my book. Because the bosses are always on a set pattern. They do the same things in the same spots over and over and over again. They're like very.
I noticed that he tried to make them more complex, but he didn't strike the same kind of balance that he has in his own Sonic fan games, ironically. And that's the shocking thing. Oh, did he manage to screw up the boss fight so much when he has such a high standard of quality in his fan games?
Yeah, and another thing he said is that he didn't want to work on 2D games anymore. Just because you don't want to work on 2D games anymore.
Mew, what is this?
Can I finish? Anyway.
Oh jeez.
Is this your new meat grinder?
Actually, I modified it so it's not. You have to actually tow yourself in on purpose.
Okay. So it's
in short, it's an idiot ship, and he has fallen for it.
Well, I wanted to see how you changed it to be honest.
Well,
Yeah.
do you like the change? Now
Yes.
it's no longer instant death upon entering the pipe, yet it's still an amusing death trap.
but you still have to go up there just for P. But upon what I was saying about speculation, just because you don't want to work on 2D games anymore doesn't mean you shouldn't try to at least put some quality in the games. You shouldn't half-ass your game because you don't want to work on a certain type of game anymore.
To be fair, the title pretty much showed that he half-assed it, because let's be frank, Bart the Electric Jester, I think he picked random words in the dictionary.
And think about that, an electric jester is an occupation. His species is called Formies. It's just like, yeah.
I see.
Okay. And it's just, I wouldn't mind Spark the Electric Jester that much if there was more story into it.
If it was integrated better?
Yeah,
I think the real reason why this is a sore point is because he took the time to create what is obviously a complex setting and a complex conflict, and then because the main character does not care, you know what? It's never shown to the player.
Yeah. What I hear is that, from what I've heard, Bart the Electric Jester, the 3D game he's working on, is on Unity. Unity can't run on my computer.
Okay, do I need to start an argument that it's not Unity itself, but it's the developers who sometimes don't optimize their games correctly?
And by the way, I admit that I gained respect for Unity when I learned that Ori and the Blind Forest is actually treated with Unity.
But my problem with Unity is just like, almost 100% of the time, it's mostly for computers that are high-end and have the best graphics cards.
Is this because of bad optimization? I mean, Game Maker is also famous for being a resource hog.
Yeah, because you wanna know what I found out about the second room in stage 2 and why it was lagging? I thought because they had so many objects going on in the room, but you wanna know what's the real problem?
Go on.
You know the laser hazards, right?
Yes.
I have code for the beams to check how tall they need to be, and then I realized it's repeating that step for every frame. And that's what was causing the beam to lag. After I changed it to only check the height for the beam once, then the level ran smoothly, as it should.
That is brilliant. Just going to go adjust my air conditioner. Wait a second.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just after the long drag that is Spark the Electric Jester, I prefer Freedom Planet way
I am
more.
back. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Freedom Planet 1 is technically a more flawed game than Spark the Electric Jester, but frankly, I think that Freedom Planet 1 has more staying power.
Yeah, even with the story cuts.
Even with the story cuts, it's worth more replaying. And I think that the fact that it's long but not insanely long, like the Electric Jester, helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Because go on.
I mean, with Freedom Planet 1, yes, it's long, but it ends at a decent spot. And in fact, I think it could even have went a little bit longer, while Spark the Electric Jester keeps going and going and going and going, and I think that at about 3 or 4 parts of it, when I was watching your
you got bored, I know.
Not just that, I thought you had reached the end, but it wasn't the end.
Good job, Plum. You were meant to...
Yeah.
What?
I agree too.
Wait, what happened?
Callum Sparrow is agreeing that Freedom Planet 1 is better. It's not very... In fact, I will admit this, Freedom Planet 1 is there is a lot of wasted potential, but it's still playable in its current form. And I'd admit that if Roman eventually complete the complete edition mod, the game will be absolutely awesome. I'm really looking forward to having the full script of the game and all of the cut content.
I hope that the optimizes chooses the game runs better. We can actually have work and spade.
Yes, it will be optimized. He shows on our Discord the progress, and part of the reason why the mod takes so long is that he is optimizing the game. I mean, he has shown some of the progress, and it runs a lot smoother.
I will say this. I am so glad we have Roman to make Clickbait Fusion his bitch. Putting it bluntly.
Anyway, one thing I was gonna say is, one thing I do want to do with the multiplayer story, at least the single player mode, is, well, I do want to have a lot of side quests and extra stages. They are completely optional to completing the game. If you don't care about that sort of thing, you can just go from stage to stage and fight the bosses and move on. But all that content is there if you want to extend your playtime.
By the way, you will notice that I think you noticed that I have made the bomb section a lot easier with this stage. It was originally a huge pain and a huge roadblock for most players, so now it's actually a lot more fair.
And one thing I was wanting to do with just like talking about speed platformers, especially the side type. One thing I want to do is, like, if I were to make loops in my game, I want to make the loops creative looking, like more artsy and less generic.
By the way, if you want an excellent example of an actually good speed game that is inspired from Sonic but isn't actually Sonic, check out the Jazz Jackrabbits PC games.
I was thinking of that.
I have played them. They're absolutely wonderful. If you never played them, you should play them. They have actually. One thing that they did is that they use a mechanic to make themselves different from the Sonic games. Sure, they do not have loops, but you have gunplay. Instead of jumping on enemies, you shoot them with guns.
Yeah. There was also the. I think I remember talking to Simon about Jazz Jackrabbit. And there was also a mod called Sonic with a Gun, which is basically Jazz Jackrabbit in Sonic zones.
Yeah.
And the Sonic zones are the zones names are changed to planet names.
Yeah. Jazz Jackrabbit has a simplistic story, but it is an interesting one in the way that it's about a rabbit from an intergalactic police force who is trying to stop a turtle terrorist from creating a bioweapon to wipe out planets. And that is actually a plot point, because the final boss of the original game is the bioweapon in question, which is a giant mutated clone of the main character.
And to put it in basic terms, it's also a clever spin on the whole tortoise and the hare story.
Indeed.
Because when like a clever spin on that can be done, it's more credit to that. And it's also where it's like the hare is more the protagonist and the tortoise is the antagonist this time around.
This is another stage that I have nerfed compared to the original version.
Yeah.
There is only one blooper in the stage instead of 3.
Oh, shoot.
Bloopers, the original Woomies. Woomy.
There is also less fish at the bottom of the stage.
I don't know about how I handled underwater and being able to multiplayer, because that's another thing a lot of people might not know about. Now there's water gameplay.
The big thing is that water levels are something that is very weird in the way that a lot of people hate them, but if you remove them altogether from your game, people will realize that they are not so bad actually. Because this is something that happened a lot with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country Returns 1, by popular demand, did not have water stages, yet one of the most requested and appreciated additions to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is bringing back water levels.
Oh wow.
So this is to give you an idea that it's not because people say that such a thing sucks that they necessarily will prefer it if you removed it.
Besides, a water level can be hard to get right.
Yes, I'm not saying that it's easy and that all of them are good. It is that you have to be careful before listening blindly to fan input. And that is something that Strife and the Platonic team are unfortunately bad with.
I mean, like if you can make the swim play fun, a water level can be played right.
Callum has said as a nice thing, when a rabbit has a gun, no one bats an eye, but if Shadow has a gun, everyone loses their minds.
Oh yeah! God damn it.
And when he puts it out, it's true.
Two things. Too bad Mario Maker doesn't have any ducks. Then again, there are no ducks in Mario, as far as I know. So we don't have the rest of duck games
that has to be something good.
And two, speaking of Shadow with a gun, there is a section of Sonic Says where Sonic's actually telling you to not play with real guns, even if it's not loaded.
Oh, you're going to go for the alternate points?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was dumb.
Anyways, in Adventures in Sonic the Hedgehog, there's a lesson on Sonic just telling you not to play with real guns, even if it's not loaded.
You know what's the funniest thing is that Shadow the Hedgehog with its gunplay could have worked really wonderfully. Because I have seen, as I said, I have played Jazz Jackrabbit, and him having a gun fits like a glove. The big problem is that Shadow the Hedgehog was really not designed competently.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had done things correctly, the gunplay would have been a bit like in Doom, where you have to switch seamlessly on the spot in order to maximize your speed. I mean, picture if Shadow had been using a rocket launcher to say do rocket jumps, blow up obstacles before they become an issue, and basically have the guns be a natural part of your moveset.
I am now imagining a Doom mod where it's just where Shadow is Doom guy. And the game and the maps are centered somewhat on the Sonic universe.
Well, there is Sonic Robo Blast.
Yeah,
I know, but it's more like Sonic Robo Blast without the Sonic Robo Blast. There's a reason why Sonic Robo Blast 1 isn't talked about.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that sometimes the improvements from one game to the other can be absolutely gargantuan. I mean... Oh, you died already?
yes.
Good job.
Yeah, this is one of the stages where reaching the end is actually not that hard at all, but getting all of the red points is a pain. So please do not stress too much about it. I want you to have fun while playing my game. I mean, this is not some kind of troll stream on Twitch. This is for you to have fun. Like,
I know.
to play a Mario game that your friend has made.
But you know, but the thing is, I legitimately get upset. It's like, I know I got all the collectibles, but I have to get them all again because I make a stupid mistake.
Yeah,
That's just a me thing.
I admit that it's very mean that Mario Maker actually remove your red point the moment you get all of them.
I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember Mario Maker doing that.
It has always been doing that with red points, which is annoying. But then I do not design my checkpoints, so it's a big deal because, well, it's an optional thing. It's for if you want to master the levels completely. By the way, like when you once played, World 3 as the first really hard boss. But I will tell you that compared to that like it's difficult for very different reasons. I think you will find it to be an improvement.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Higalet?
Not yet. One thing I was gonna say is that, like, I somehow imagine that mod having the gun replace the Union Aerospace logos around the place, and Shadow just reading the Doom dialogues in his voice.
That will be funny. It reminds me, Doom is very misunderstood among a lot of gamers because of Brutal Doom. But the funny thing is that Doom has its roots not just as an action game, but as an horror game. A lot of the best and most intense moments of Doom are due to use of horror themes.
Yeah, the one feeling I get from games like Doom is that that you could die at any moment, and it's especially intensified in dark rooms. So you want to make sure you're prepared and know what you're doing.
Yes, and you will notice that Doom use a lot of dark rooms for horror. In fact, this is one thing that fans of the games found very interesting. It is that the feel of the game changed radically based on the soundtrack you use. If you use the rock that John Romero requested, the games feel like pure action games. But if you use atmospheric soundtracks by Aubrey, which is the case in PlayStation 1 Doom and Doom 64, suddenly the game become surprisingly scary. I mean, this is the big reason why Doom 3 did not work, is that it tried to make Doom into a horror game when it was actually already a horror game.
Plus, you had conflicting team members, so
yeah, and that's the big thing because Doom 3 resorted a lot to monster closets to be scary, but you don't need to do that to be scary with Doom. It's all about the dark rooms and the unseen monsters, the paranoia, not knowing when you will be killed or if the area is safe, with monsters teleporting in areas that you thought were safe.
And also, you don't need Brutal Doom to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, Doom was intense enough. In fact, that's part of why I love Doom 4 so much, because it understands that Doom worked best when it was both an horror game and an action game.
And another thing, there are Doom mods. There are good Doom mods that are centered around horror.
Yes, and in fact, I will say this. I think that with Doom 3, id Software was not confident enough in themselves. Because that's the funny thing, they hire a novelist to make the plot for Doom 3, and it sucked. With Doom 4, they made the plot themselves, and yet the plot is absolutely brilliant. Yes, I have said it, the story for Doom 4 is actually good. And that's something that I and a lot of players never expected. The Doom as a seriously awesome plot twist near the end.
Yeah, but it's just like there are good horror themed WADs, and one I do remember all too well is the Ghouls Forest WADs, where it's just you're focused on trying to stay alive and being alert.
Yeah, And that reminds me, one thing that I really love about the Doom series and that Doom 3 didn't really get is that all of the ultra violence is actually made to erode on the Doom Slayer's nerves as the game go on. This is one thing that I love about the cutscenes in Doom 64 is that it implies that all of the horrors that you experience through the game are casually making the guy go insane. Okay, here we go. This will be the boss for World 3. This will be something. Okay.
There's like 2 horror themed WODs. There's like one called 1983, where it's just like it's what happens when the maps are drained or all their color enemies. It's sudden
and here we go.
And music as well. Whoa, look at this thing.
Now I'm not in easy mode anymore. Now I actually have to try.
Yeah, but just like their like maps are drained of color, removed of all their enemies, and music, and it becomes very ominous because you know something is wrong. There are already blown up barrels as well, and by the 3rd map you encounter the monster of that mod.
That was so dumb.
A creepy-looking baby head where they can your only weapon is a knife. You have to try to avoid them or kill them if you can help it and traverse the maps, and they will multiply. And trust me, it can be a huge jump scare when like you lower a elevator and there's suddenly a bunch of them on your ass. And there's another one called. There's one I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember if it was called 7569. But I think it was based off of the creepypasta.
I'm scared.
Sometimes I'm just looking for ones that can be my horror fix.
Well, did you play Doom 64?
Who?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I have not.
Because I would say 64 is not merely probably the best Doom game ever, it's also the scariest. It's genuinely very much a horror game with the action elements.
Yeah.
It's actually scarier than a lot of actual horror games.
Yeah. Plus, you can actually change the controls too.
Yes. There is a total conversion for the PC called Doom 64X.
Yes.
If you did not play Doom 64 before, you cannot call yourself a Doom fan without playing and beating Doom 64 once.
I'll need to do that.
Oh, and by the way, Doom 64 is also good.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute my mic.
Okay.
Yeah, because Giga's computer is always in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does my ammo have to be in an inconvenient area?
So that you cannot rush this boss.
Shit.
And because I wanted this to be a little more complicated than just avoiding fireballs like in the first boss fight. Funny, it was just us three talking, I realize now.
No! That was so
not wanting to
inconvenient.
interrupt.
It's okay. In terms of location that I prefer, I admit that I always look forward to cities, but also to yeah, I like water levels. I will sound odd, but I really like water levels.
How do the water sections in Bingo Multiple feel like?
I have not tried them yet. But yeah, you might have noticed that I created a pattern in the wall in order to stop players from discovering that I have added 2 stars because people get getting sniped by Bowser after beating the stage. So yeah, what did you think of World 3?
That boss.
Bosses do get interesting, don't they? I really wanted them to be more complicated than in the official Mario games.
Do I want to do the extra level?
The extra level is demands a certain trick.
Oh my god. I don't know if I remember the trick.
Do you want me to spoil it?
Not yet. Oh, let me guess. Do I have to go up on the airship?
Well, this is a multi-part stages. It's very long.
Oh. Oh, I think I remember. The second half is when you are on top of the airships, isn't it?
Yes.
Finally, I'm Olympic. Anyway. My favorite kind of levels, like, I do like snow levels at night. Just having that, like, more like a Snow City level, or just like it feels like it feels like a good time to be had. But I can't really tell about what is particularly my favorite kind of level in general.
Are you seeing this abomination?
Yeah, Giga, are you watching?
I experienced this chaos.
And how was it?
Not too good.
There's actually a trick to beating it. It's very, very stupid. And it will carry you through the first section perfectly. I mean, it's very stupid. It's like simple as hell. It looks super intimidating, but it's actually easy as hell.
Does it have to do with the Koopa shells?
No. It's far dumber than that. Do you want me to spoil it so you can get to the actually hard part?
What?
Oh, to get past the first section. Easy.
What?
Wow.
Do you want me to say it? What is not an answer?
I thought you were gonna tell me.
Okay, just hug the right side of the screen. Nothing will beat you whatsoever.
Except when I have to get up here. Let me see.
Yeah, but that's the only exception. You only have to watch out for the tank and the flames at the end. Apart from that, nothing will beat you if you hug the right side of the screen.
Let me see.
Everything will miss you. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You see, as I say, the first section is really easy. It's all just to fuck with you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Impressive, isn't it?
Wow. This is quality level design.
Believe it or not, I made it like this on purpose. Because if you saw my Earthship Master course, you know very well that usually really hard courses that are airships cannot be beaten this way. Fuck! So yeah, you just have to watch out for the fire and the fish.
I'm gonna go get for a moment. Be right back.
Okay.
On my hand, I need to take a shower.
Okay.
So will you keep trying while I'm gone?
Yes.
Okay, I will return later. Hopefully you will have either cleared the stage or got past this by the time I get back.
Okay.
I will leave the voice chat to save on bandwidth while I am doing things.
Alright.
Okay. See you later.
Okay. So who else is here right now?
Well, there's me.
Oh shoot. I'm trying to get past this part. Oh. Okay. So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. How about we talk about how Bingo needs a wall jump?
Why do you insist on Bingo having a wall jump?
He feels a bit too
Do you see how fat he is?
mobile.
Do you see how fat he is? Don't use Mario as a counter argument.
He's not that fat. Also, if fat was any justification for it, how the fuck can he run fast?
Speed type.
And shouldn't you at
He can
least
naturally run fast.
That seems like a very how should I put this? Stupid and just plain in bad kind of way to make that work. But then again, we don't have Bingo the Multiple XL. Oh. Let's see how that would work.
Well, replace all the coins with cheeseburgers?
Yes. Or with pizzas, whichever one would make more sense.
No, Bingo would actually stop for cheeseburgers. Who sent the message?
That's me getting pinged by people. I'm gonna get a drink of water, BRB.
Alright! Oh boy. Who came back?
Back.
Okay.
If it was Gig, you probably would hear kitchen people.
I'm not gonna like this section.
Excuse me. I don't know why I suddenly had that huge burp, but I did.
Alright, back in the score section. Fuck.
Okay, so it's just us now?
For now, because Mew went to take a shower.
So we introduced the new mode called Go and Take a Shower!
Shut up.
No. To be honest, like, I think people are getting a little too excited with the whole Switch Pokemon game, because it's just... I don't think a Switch can replace the 3DS, in my opinion. And I really want them to, like, reveal just anything. Like, the next handheld game. The next handheld console that's meant to be a handheld rather than a console. Because, even though, sure, the Switch is portable and all that, it's still treated as a console. It has $60 games on that console, and it's just like, if that's what it is, I'm calling it a console, not a handheld. And
Okay.
what I would rather have is have a fusion of the 3DS and Switch, where it's just like it folds up, it plays 3DS games, DS games, and whatever new games for the new hardware, but it has Joy-Cons for the Switch, but they're smaller so they fit the console.
I finally beat the level, but because Mew isn't here, we're gonna take a minor detour.
Where are we taking a detour to?
I'll think about it, but first, I'll set you away. How many people are actually here still? There's still 8 people watching.
It's 5 on my end.
Says 8 for me.
Okay, so one thing I always wanted to talk about around people on live streams, but I refrain from talking about it around you because you doesn't really care about it, is like my experience with DDR charts even back then. Like, when I was a kid, I always felt so intimidated by seeing a 10-footer chart on Set Media, because I feel like I just can't do it, like, at all. And as I grew older, I learned that I just needed to man up, and these charts aren't as bad on hand. And then when I finally came back to DDR, so many years later, I learned a little, I remembered a little trick that most DDR players did a long time ago, and I learned it from someone who gets on an extreme machine at a place that's no longer around anymore. He gets on an extreme machine, holds onto the bar, and selects Paranoia Survivor Max as his first song. And I'm just like, my jaw dropped, because like, holy shit. The first thing I expected was some guy who doesn't know how to play the game and just doesn't know what's going on and then leaves the machine after one round. But it's just more like, it's just like, holy crap, he's tearing up that song.
Oh.
But, yeah. Like, for the longest time, back in the days of 573 hardware DDR games, Paranoia Survivor Max Challenge, or rather PSMO, O meaning Oni, was the hardest song in all of DDR outside the console games. And Extreme was originally meant to be the last game of the series, because there's 2 things. The Encore Extra Stage song, Dance Dance Revolution, yes, named after the game, was originally titled Fin, like French for finish or end.
Okay,
My friend wants me to go play video games with him, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
Bye.
But Max Period was exclusively a console song, and it only stayed on DDR Extreme CS Japan because if it were to show up in arcades, it was thought to be the end of DDR altogether, meaning that there wouldn't be any further titles above it. This would be the case until like this be the case for the most part, but like there could be two factors of like that being like continuing with console games, but the more defining factor is that of the existence of DDR Supernova, and the reason being is because of a DDR clone, which is basically a commercial version of Stepmania, called In the Groove, and In the Groove only had 2 official releases, and nothing further than beyond that because Konami took Adamiro to court, and because of that lawsuit, there hasn't been an official In the Groove release after that. In the Groove cabinets have been turned into Dedicabs, where they're like cabinets that are well taken care of, and the most popular theme, which is my least favorite theme in my opinion, is Simply Love, because it's overly simple. But it's just, and you're probably wondering, but that can't be true. There's In the Groove 3. Here's the thing. In the Groove 3 and In the Groove 3 is an unofficial theme of In the Groove. Oh, hi.
Yeah, because Giga, you don't even let me give context for what this is.
I'm not even going to finish, aren't I?
Just hurry the fuck up already.
Alright. But, like, In the Groove 3 is like a fan-made theme that could very well pass as a real theme, and getting back to the little lawsuit thing, one of the songs in the Groove was known as Disconnected, and as a potshot to that, Fascination Eternal Love Mix ends with the words, "We are connected." So without In the Groove, we wouldn't have gotten to DDR-A today. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled streaming.
Thank you. So as well as to say 5 minutes ago, was for anyone who's still sticking around, I might as well show a little sneak peek of the new Bingo the Multiple demo, even though this is the demo build made specifically for Sonic Revolution last month.
You should have shown the one where you have progress still being worked on it, because I want to see level 2 in action.
But it's not complete-ish yet.
But I wanted to see what was complete of it.
But it's only the second room, and besides, I'm running this on my desktop. The actual game's development's on my laptop.
How to play as Bingo.
Shut up.
How to play as PSUEDO-GAME.
Shut up. Now read this then.
Lighting job down here in the hall. Is it in the bathroom? Alright.
Also my crispy.
We're not gonna work on hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I just say like the HUD could be bigger and a bit more stylized.
What are you saying?
I will say this about the HUD. I think it could be a bit bigger and more stylized. I was tempted to get the HUD myself, but it
Can you guys still hear me?
yes, we can. Oh wait, I got I'll say one thing that does get me hyped about that Switch Pokemon game. the director, the gameplay director. It's the Black and White 2 gameplay director is directing the gameplay for that game, and just like, oh baby, it's just like that is something that completely makes me happy because Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 are my favorites in the series. Like I have so many memories with those games. I find them to be the peak of the series, and it's just like, yeah, I say they're better than what Johto could be. Hey, Stage Visuals look a lot more better than the last demo.
What about the underground section?
I think 1-2 is better than Gold and Silver. It's just like, don't get me wrong, I still think Generation 2 is a damn fine game, but I do think Generation 2 is overrated. But to its credit, I will play Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I do think those are really great remakes. And Heart Gold Soul Silver would, for me, would probably be like ranked 3rd in my opinion of my favorite games. You know, with the underground sections, I guess you can say it's like, I guess you can have like another thing you can say about the underground sections. It could be a subtle reference, or rather obvious reference to what Hidden Palace's background was originally like.
A subtle reference?
I retracted my subtle into more obvious reference as like Hidden Palace's background originally was more cave-like. Like there was a waterfall coming out, there was like stalactites, stalagmites, formations and whatnot.
Oh shoot.
So it's an howitzer! Oh wait, you only did that because you've never watched Futurama. Also, speaking of howitzer, the Pokemon Clawitzer is based off of that little name. And that's like a little and just finding that out years later after XYZ was just like, wow, that is a clever reference.
And that's the end of Verdant Valley.
Yeah.
I'll do a second run through of me speedrunning it because I'm just trying to kill time until Mew gets back.
I'm not sure when Mew's gonna get back though.
Oh shoot.
I want to make more levels for my Mila's project. I have to make a new pickup skills level. And
okay, never mind about this speedrun. I'm just gonna show off more of the level.
And I'm also trying to finish. I'm also trying to see if I can finish most, if not all, of Wafflin's unfinished FP title set levels.
So yeah, Giga, how do you feel about the underwater physics?
I say they flow nicely.
Never mind. I'll get there.
I'm so glad somebody made this piece of art. Hold on a second.
Hang on, in this section you paint. Hello?
I am back.
You missed the section that you paint.
Oh, let me guess. That one section where you tried to put spike beds in?
Yeah, but you wouldn't let me actually test it like that.
Because having that on the first level is ridiculous.
But when you have underwater physics,
It's still ridiculous because it's claustrophobic.
you complain about claustrophobia all the time.
Dude, claustrophobic level design is a bad thing. It's the reason why I hate Mega Man 2 and hate the tele enemies from Mega Man. It's because I have no room to move, which means I'm going to get hit or fall down a pit. What even is this bootleg? What's like fine? Dang it. I see what you did there.
With what?
Okay, so this guy on Twitter posted a picture of Shadow just kicking tails into a portal, and they had the caption Shadow banned.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Okay. Just sit down. It's a neat daddy. Mom.
This one's his.
Mummy is still taking that the first Smash relatives for SMT. What?
Someone's heading to bed now, so...
Who's heading to bed?
Callum Sparrow.
Oh, alright. See ya.
Well, the only point to this stream is just because Discord won't add screen shares.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just want to be honest, I feel like because I feel like just ending the stream there.
Yeah, but let's see what Moose is. Cause hold on, what? Oh, I just finished 3x. Should I? Okay, I know what to ask you when it gets back.
In this mode, we introduced a new mode called Go and Take a Shower.
I still don't want to talk about spoiler ideas during the stream.
Yeah, and you know that feeling because
the thing is, it feels like it's just us, but then at the same time, I don't know how many people are actually just working and watching the stream.
Yeah. Thing is that you get so nervous about it you're so afraid of accidentally saying it midstream.
But I still want to keep some secrets from the general public. But showing off this demo, this is different because people might have seen screenshots already. Oh, Mew's back?
Yes.
Is the stream still going on for you?
It displays the bingo, the multi-battle, though. I am reloading.
Yeah, because I switched to the bingo, the multiplayer demo to kill some time while I wait for you to get back.
Oh, this looks a lot better.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna finish the stage so you can watch from the beginning again.
I will either increase the number of frames that is used for his running animation, or make his animation use less frames.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, I want the walking and running animations to have more frames, since the animation speed is based on how fast you're moving.
Oh.
So the more frames there are, the more smoother it looks at lower animation speeds.
Oh. I can't.
But I'm gonna start from the beginning again and take my time so that way you can see what I did for the first stage.
By the way, what stage did you finish?
3EX.
Oh, so you finished it?
Yeah.
What did you finish?
It was only the first section, first Oscar section that threw me for a loop. The underground area and the second Oscar section, I didn't have too much problems with. So, by the way, you see what I did with these fans, right?
Yes, the skin when you move In the right direction.
We have the waterfall.
Thing is that there's like no one else watching besides us.
Yeah.
Because the last person that was watching went to bed.
Already went to bed.
It's okay. It's basically a private stream.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to actually have proper privatized streams.
Again, this looks very good.
What I could do is try to build the new version that has the work in progress stage 2. If you want to see what I'm doing with stage 2 so far after this.
Also, this is everybody after seeing Sora enter the Toy Story world. Sora, look, Harlan! Where? Ah!
So what do you think of the underground section?
It looks very good. So what's next?
World 4 should be next. But I'm thinking if I should hold off the next session until maybe tomorrow. It doesn't seem like too many people are watching around this time.
Yeah. Besides the things I want to work on.
So just give me a moment, hold on. Actually, what I will do is, while I'm still playing this, I'm going to compile a new build so I can send to myself.
Oh, so the stream is over?
Not yet. I only have it open for as a kind of screen share alternative, since Discord doesn't have screen shares yet. Let me export this.
Wait, since you're doing this, I will leave the stream. Is it okay?
So you don't want to see what I did for stage 2 yet?
I have seen pretty much what you've shown, and so far I have seen enough.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Meanwhile, I'm reloading Twitch.
It's still not working.
No, it's working.
Now with this site still...
Yes, now it's working.
Now, yes, it's working.
I hate it when it does
Thank you
this.
for the streaming of your stream worlds.
Because if I'm actually taking my time... Oh, you left. Well, I was gonna say, because if I'm actually gonna take my time with the extra levels, I might as well break it up into 3 worlds per session.
Hold on. It's just us here, so you're just...
I know. What?
Yeah, it's just like, it's just us here, so you're just probably gonna close the stream.
Yeah, but I still need a kind of sort of screen share right now. Hold on, what? I'll just show you this and then I'll call it the stream.
Alright.
Let me just upload the new build onto my Google Drive. Yeah, looks like it's just me in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we should be fine.
But I just want to end the stream so we don't have...
Yeah. But like I said, This is why Discord needs to add screen share.
Right now, people are just looking. Oh wait, people. What am I talking about? It's just us.
Good job. Oh, I can manage moderators. The stream's probably tanking a bit because of me uploading. But yeah, this will be quick, okay, Giga?
Okay.
Alright, upload's complete, so let me download. I know it's scanning for viruses. But yeah, one thing I'm gonna say, Giga, about this build, there's purposely no music, so and then you have to awkwardly see me go through the first room of stage 1. You'll understand. Just give me a moment. Extract to. Run anyway. Okay. There we go. You see it?
You're on a delay, so I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see it.
By the way, ignore the 60 on the bottom left. That's the FPS counter.
Yeah.
Alright, are you watching, Giga?
Yes, I'm watching.
Alright, tell me when you see the pause screen.
I see it.
Alright, this is stage 2.
Section.
This because here's the theme. This is all of this is before the underground section. This is how I've been testing stage 2.
Oh. Oh wow. Parallax.
Yep. Pay attention to the background because you know what's about to happen.
It's getting grayer. I see the background. I see the mountains are fogging up.
Yep.
What do you want? I'm tired.
Do you see the sign?
Yes, I do.
Where is Craig?
Probably in ignoring us, Phil.
Do you want to contact him?
Maybe, I don't know,
Do
but
you want his phone number?
I don't have mobile data, idiot.
You still have a landline.
I know. Also, Plum is good as a hint. This I feel like it's kind of a pace breaker.
The what?
That generator placement left and right.
Yeah, but that's for an optional area. That's like the main level. Hey, David, look, it's foggy now. You see? Hello? Ow. Pay attention to this section because I want to know about how the laser placement here is like.
Oh my god.
What? By the way, this is where the first checkpoint is. Hello? Okay. This portion of the level still needs enemies and proper level design.
You get more than 2 seconds without everybody bombarding the freaking kitchen.
And no level transition. Yeah. This is the end of the second room. What do you think?
I'll say this does look good.
Why do we have music? Did I forget to set up platforms?
I just hope you don't make the the power generators cumbersome in the wired pack. I don't want them to be like the last thing I want is power generators. Power generators to be pace killers.
It's like the only thing is like the power generator that opens up this gate. I need to make it a little bit more lenient because you saw I did make it, but you saw how close the gate was to making sure I can't go through. But the gimmicks I have to use for this stage, they're fine, right?
Really bitch about.
Oh my god.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I am done for tonight.
I did get an idea about what you could do for the boss of Rainy Valley. Maybe have like cranes with buzzsaws in the background. And if possible, have the boss jump into the background and just like
So Big Zapko?
yeah, and then just like somehow like Big Zok could do something to make make some hazards come from the background and hit the foreground.
I'm not sure. I need to think regarding that. I'm gonna kill the stream now.
Yeah.